Hello, welcome back to this week's GT4 track guide. Hockenheim national layout, basically the same layout as the Grand Prix layout. Only difference is that it's a shorter straight and the hairpin is different. So heading towards the first corner, braking right at the 100 meter board, and then pretty much 70% brake pressure, turning quite hard and try to hit this curb a bit. The car will unsettle, but it will land pretty easy. Don't go to the left too far, and basically make sure that your left tire is not further than this green patch. If you do that, you avoid the off track and you're gonna be fine. Turn into the right a bit because there's a slowdown there as well. Heading towards the first hairpin and braking right when you pass this barrier, when your nose is at the left, you start braking in, and I'm braking in really hard. And I try to brake in a straight line and turn in quite sharp and try to hit this curb on the inside so get the best turn in. So you go on the throttle quite quickly and open up the steering wheel, because if you open up the steering wheel, it will scrub out less speed. So heading towards the different hairpin this time around. So I start braking a little bit after the 150 meter board. That's not really a good brake marker. You could try to use something on the left or on the right, like this hill or this crest, but it's quite hard to find this one. So I started braking like 20 meters later. So braking in, again, quite hard, and braking towards this patch of grass, which you can see right there. And this is actually the steering point where you want to turn right. So you brake in a straight line and even try to clip this grass a little bit, and then at that point you start turning in quite hard. Turning in and build up the throttle, and don't overdo it on this corner with the throttle, because you will get a lot of oversteer if you're too fast there. So try to get the car to the right in second gear and get it as close as possible to the sausage curb. Building up the throttle, and watch out, there's an X right there. So move in, and once you're heading for this corner, you want this to take this corner at a 90-degree angle. And I start braking like a meter or two before the curbstone starts. So move in, start braking in, brake in a straight line again, and then turning quite sharp to get the car as straight as possible for this corner. Go to the left and hit this curb, because if you hit this curb, you will align yourself better for the upcoming corner. I take this corner in third gear and I clip the inside grass again, the green patch. The car will wash out, and on this spot you see me lifting off and building up the throttle again. Open up the steering wheel again here. If you're turning in too sharp, then you will spin out and your backhand will snap. So just open up the steering wheel as much as you possibly can. And once you've done that, you're gonna be fine, and just hit the throttle. Just don't be scared to hit it. Try to avoid the sausage curb a bit on the left if you want to be safe. And heading towards the fast right-hander, say it in fourth gear. And I start braking once I am like 20 meters on the straight line of the concrete wall. So braking in quite hard again, turning in quite fastly, and try to get the right wheel on the green patch. So you basically shortcutting the track again, build up the throttle, and try to open up the steering wheel again, and be sure that you don't clip the gravel, because it will send you off to the right. And then heading towards the stadium, turning in, and I start braking like 10 meters before the curbstone starts. Braking in quite hard and in a straight line, and there's camber on this corner, so you want to brake straight and then turn in and throw the car on the camber. And on this lap, I'm actually a little bit far to the right. I was scared that I was losing time with this, but in the end it was okay, but I could have done better there. So build up the throttle again, and try to make sure that if you hit this curb or this green patch, that the right wheel is on the green patch and not on the curb, because you can't turn in because the curb has a little edge on it. Turn into the left and try to cut this. If you're not able to do this, just hit the left curb, and don't. It's such a small thing. You only win like 100th with it, so it's not worth throwing it on there and then spinning it out to the left. So I start braking a little bit before this tarmac ends. So you see me braking in right when I pass, when this is out of sight almost, like 5 or 10 meters earlier. Brake in, and I'm sacrificing this exit. You can go all the way to the left, but I figured out that if I was doing that, I was getting a bad turn in on this corner to the right. So shifting back to third gear, don't try to hit the curb too much, and don't go too far over the sausage curb, because there's an X right there. Build up the throttle again and try to cut this as well and go to the green patch. So build up again, and again here, if you open up the steering wheel, you're gonna be fine with full throttle at a certain point. If you're turning in too much, then you will get the oversteer again, and it will send you off and spin you out. So you go towards this, and you see me correcting it. You see the oversteer I was talking about, because I think it's right here. So you see me turning into the right, and I'm 25 degrees to the left with the steering wheel, because there is oversteer there, so be careful of that. Heading towards the straight, obviously. Go full throttle, and there you got your lap. So 28.775. The track temps were 26 degrees on 50% wear or scrubbing in of the track. It is a hot lap. Someone posted it, said you did a hot lap. That's true, I did a hot lap. This is just the fastest way to do it. On fuel, I was like 3/10 slower, so it wasn't that big of a difference. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Leave a like, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys later. Cheers, guys.